Hello, hello, people of the YouTube multiverse. How y'all doing? I'm taking you along on a walk with me today, but the main goal is actually to find a spot where I'm gonna unpack my rucksack for you and tell you a little bit about, there it is, my rucksack, glorious rucksack, and tell you a little bit about what I bring on a day walk. Some of I've lost my train of thought. I'm quite tired today. A friend just dropped me off at the start of this walk because he's great. He's a great friend, and yeah, I'm gonna take you along with me. Someone's coming behind me, so I'm gonna stop the video now. Catch you later. Bye. Got two cameras with me today. One is my usual one, which is the small one I'm filming with now, which is my Sony. It's more portable, compact, but I've had some issues with wind noise from it, and sorry, I'm quite sniffly today because it's cold, so yeah, apologies. And then I've got my DSLR as well, which doesn't have a compatibility with my external microphone, which I've just bought, so need to sort that out. I need to buy like an adaptation cable or something. Words! Not happening today. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully you can hear me okay in that. Lots to still figure out, lots to still smooth out. But I'm proud of myself that I got started. You know what I mean? Okay, we have found a spot. This camera that I'm using there doesn't focus automatically, so I hope it stays in focus and nothing's too blurry, but I have adjusted it, so it should be okay. Right, so I'm going to unpack my bag. This is a Millet rucksack, which I don't know, I got it like over a decade ago in Decathlon somewhere, and I couldn't tell you how much it was. I've used this bag since I can honestly remember, since I was a late teen, so yeah, it's very trusty. A friend even fixed the bottom of it for me when it started falling apart, so yes. The first thing I'm going to unpack is my trusty ass pad. I'm going to sit on it because the moss is wet. Okay, so I guess I'll start with the side pockets. It's packed a little bit at random. I've got my buff. I love my buff. It's my trusty, you know, you can put it around your nose, it's great. Anyway, not doing very well already. Okay, so sometimes on a day hike I'll bring a trowel, but I never use it, so I just brought it today to show you. It is a Deuce trowel. It's very, very light. This will come in more handy on like overnight trips. Water, very important. How much you bring is kind of up to you. I like to bring a little extra because you'll see I've got a second container of water because I'm going to be making a hot chocolate later, as I mentioned. So yeah, this is my Sea to Summit long-handled spoon. A lot of people will have seen this around if you've already watched other people's videos, you know, who do outdoorsy stuff. It's quite a popular one. I've just got some bits, you know, my keys, stuff like that inside, chocolate bar, lip balm, very important stuff. I brought my sunglasses today, but not really needed. Okay, let's just start with the top pocket, I guess. I've got a little headband. It's quite nice in winter, especially when you're going into like some windy bits. So yeah, it's nice and warm. I bought it in Snowdonia last year. Some tissues, some wipes. It's not particularly organised in the top pocket. It's usually just stuff that I need to grab if needed. I've got some fingerless gloves here, hand gel, because it wouldn't be 2022 without hand gel. Just a bit of Nivea if I need to, some ibuprofen. Now that's the top pocket. And I also had my other camera, which is the one I usually film on, which is out already, which is a Sony camera. Then raincoat, very important, rain jacket even. This is Marmot rain. It's just basically an outer layer, like a shell layer. It's okay. It's very good for summer and stuff, but in winter, you know, I have to layer loads under that. I'll just keep this on now, shall I? No. Let's put it back. There we go. Okay, so I also brought a hat. It is just early February now, so you know, that could come in handy. I bought this from Cotswold Outdoor a few years ago. It's a Rab hat. I do like Rab. I've got my down jacket as well, which is also from Rab. Well then, got a little food bag today. Now I've already had lunch because it's already like mid-afternoon. But in here I just have like an apple, an orange, some crisps, you know, a bit of snacky stuff if I feel like it. So this is overkill, right? But hear me out. This is my first aid kit. It doesn't look great, but it's not about showing off or having like the best kit possible. I've assembled it myself. It's literally just a Tesco bag. I know, very classy, but it's just like, you know, you never know what will happen. I've only needed to use my first aid kit once, I think, in like nearly 3 years of doing, you know, like long distance stuff and whatever. And obviously when I do long distance stuff, which I'll do in a separate video, I have other things in here, so I have like my toothbrush and stuff like that, which obviously I don't have today. Then I just have a little separate bag. I won't go through all the contents of here, but I've got like, you know, ID, I've got a little notebook in there. I always carry a notebook with me. Not just for hiking purposes, but also for personal purposes. I like to write thoughts down or whatever. So yeah, that's that. I'm stepping on my jacket. Then the star of the show, in my opinion, because no walk would be complete without the ability to have a hot drink. That's just me. Maybe not in summer, but again, this is overkill. I recognise that. Like, there will be walks where I'll just bring a thermos with a pre-made drink and like a cup or mug. But this is my Stanley. So the pot is Stanley. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I'll find that out and put that in the description. Now, funny story, I lost the lid to this when I was in the Lake District last year. So, and I lost it at the start of my hike as well, like of a 6-day hike. So I asked someone to give me some foil. And I basically just made a lid out of it. So yes, I'll be having a hot drink later. And then I did a lot of research to match this up, but I basically have a, what's this called again? What's the brand name? Tatonka? Tatonka? I don't know. But it matches the bottom of this perfectly. And then just so it doesn't rattle around like this, I have just a little thing I cut up. This used to be like a hand, you know, washcloth thing, and I cut that in two, and one half is here, one half is here, and then one half is in the pot. And it's just good for like drying out stuff, you know, when you're finished using the kit, especially because my actual stove is in here as well. I'll do that on the other video. I'll break this down a bit more on the other, but you've seen it in my videos that I've posted so far. You've seen this in use. So, yes. Great way to end the sentence. So, yes. That's like my life. And then finally, and you'll notice that I pack the clothing at the bottom of the bag because it balances out the weight a bit more. This is quite light. So this is just extra stuff. Obviously it's quite warm today actually for February. It's very pleasant, the sun's out and stuff, but there might be days where you're going to need an extra layer. So I rarely wear these, but these are my rain trousers, just in case, you know, if it's like torrential rain, it is useful to have these, or you just get drenched and go home and dry out, you know, and get changed, but you'd like to have them just in case. And then this is my down jacket. So it compresses quite a lot. Again, you would have seen this in some videos. There we go. And what else? Oh yeah. So yeah, how I mentioned, you know how I mentioned that I bring extra water. Again, this is overkill. But I just thought I would bring a few extra things today that I sometimes bring on day hikes to show you, basically. So this is my Platypus 2-litre bladder or bottle, I guess, and it's great because when you empty it, you just roll it up and it weighs nothing. Like, it's really compact, obviously, but then when you do need the water, like this rucksack has, you know, a pocket. Probably not see it, but it has a pocket. This has fallen down. Ugh. It has a pocket that the water bladder goes into. So yeah, and obviously because I want to make a hot drink in a bit, it is nice to carry extra water so I don't have to filter, and I'm just out for a few hours, so I'm not going to need that much, but I think that's everything. Oh, I already took it out, but I also bring a knife. So I bring this on my overnight trips as well, but it can just be useful, like with fruit, cutting fruit, or maybe if I'm not an experienced forager, but you know, if I'm finding something, it might be useful to have it. Obviously, if you're gonna travel or fly somewhere, make sure you remember to put that in your main bag. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. I think because my friend and I were talking about this earlier. Anything else? This bag has a rain cover, I should have said as well. So it's in the back pocket. You would have, again, seen that in a previous video. Just really, really useful. Obviously, if it's pouring down, it will eventually, the protection will wear off a little bit. So whatever's in the top pocket, I have to always make sure like there's nothing, there's no electronics, or maybe if there are electronics, that they're in an extra dry bag. I've gone through this quite quickly. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, the front pockets here, I just have a few snacks in there, like some cashew nuts and some like dried fruit and stuff. But yeah, that's essentially what I bring on a day hike. You'll notice that I didn't bring a compass and a map because I went on a walk today that like I know off the back of my hand, so I'm not like, you know, I wouldn't need to bring that. But I would say that if you're going out for the first time on a walk, it is very useful to have that as a backup. It doesn't have to be a big OS map, but if it is just like a, you know, a little map of the local area, or alternatively having the app on your phone, but again, batteries can die and all that stuff, you never know what can happen. So just checked it casually on the video. But yes, I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed or that I wanted to talk about. I don't think so. I think that's the extent of what I would bring on a day hike. Obviously, like, I'm dressed quite warmly today. I'm wearing my proper hiking boots because it is quite muddy out. I'm not wearing my gaiters. There might be some hikes or days where I might wear my gaiters. They're like kind of like the most recent addition to my kit that I've had. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think that's it. Hey, this is Lucy from later on the walk. One thing I forgot to mention in my gear video there is that I usually bring a torch as well. As the sun is like nearly about to set, I was like, a torch! That is what I've forgotten to add. I'll be home before nightfall, or by the time night falls I'll be by a public transport link, so it's not an issue, which is why I didn't bring it today. But I would recommend bringing a torch, because you never know. Anyway, that's it. So, just wanted to chat a little bit about, because I haven't really introduced myself. My name's Luciana, and I've been hiking for a few years now. As in, when I say hiking, I do mean just really like proper, overnight trips, camping, wild camping, that sort of thing. And I think it was important to me to, through my videos as well, encourage people who maybe aren't as confident going outside to just go out and do it, and to kind of show that, like, I use public transport at the moment still, because I am just starting to learn to drive, and I just want to show that it is possible, it's accessible, and that's why I wanted to do a gear video on what I bring on a day hike, or walk even. Again, like, my rucksack's quite big. Some people bring bare necessities, some people like to bring a lot of things. I do like to have all my things there in case I need them. But everyone's different, and everyone's gonna have their own like threshold or boundaries in terms of like what they want to get out of a walk, what they want to achieve, how far they want to go, what they want to see, how they want to do it. Some people might stop every 2 minutes to like look at all the plants and things. Like, I'm not that knowledgeable about that. I enjoy basking in nature without necessarily knowing the catalogue of each species or everything that I'm seeing, but I enjoy the physical side of it as well. Like, it really clears my mind, and it gives me, I don't know how to explain, like, it gives me space to just kind of like clarify my thoughts as well a lot. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that it encouraged, if you haven't gone on walks by yourself, or that maybe it encourages you, or maybe spikes your curiosity and goes, oh, you might go, oh, I have a thermos, I have a thing at home that I can use, to I can maybe take that next time and have like a hot drink at the top of the hill or whatever. So yeah, rambling over. Catch you soon. Hello.
I keep my gas canister in my Stanley pot as it's the perfect size, but unfortunately over the years the pot's shape seems to have warped ever so slightly, and it's a real pain to get the canister out, as you can see. Also, I really should have brought my windshield. Or, you know, chosen a less windy spot to boil water.
Chin Chin. I've just had my hot chocolate and I just feel like napping now. I have to get myself home now. I'm so tired. I'm glad I got out though, as usual. I don't think there's ever a walk where I'm like, oh, I should have stayed home instead. But it's just one of those days where I kind of just, it was either staying at home under a blanket all day or getting outside in the sunshine and filming a little something to keep that content up. Look, I made you some content. Daddy made you your favorite open wide. Anyway, I'm gonna get copyright infringed for this. Oh, I need to. I'm proper feeling groggy now. I shouldn't have had a hot chocolate really. I should have had a coffee really. But I need to make sure I sleep tonight. So coffee is getting a bit late to have coffee. So anyway. Let's pack up everything, shall we? And see what else we can find. So I think I'm gonna end the video here pretty much. I hope that you found this video useful. I will be putting the contents of the bag, all the things that I mentioned that I bring on a day hike, I will put them in the video description. I find it harder in this season to like push myself and get out and do like long walks and stuff. I've done a few already this year, but like none that I've filmed really, or not many that I've filmed. But yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anywhere that you've been so far, anywhere that you recommend, anything you enjoyed doing. I look forward to my first wild camping trip of this year. I'm not sure exactly when it will be, but I'm hoping this month to do one. So yeah, always nice to push myself and get out, and because I work a desk job, it's all, you know, it's really nice when I get out and get moving. It's very good for me, for my brain and for my body. Yeah, so let me know, please like, share, subscribe, you know, comment. Let's have a chat. Let me know what you found useful, what you didn't find useful. I know I can sort of waffle a bit on and just be a bit all over the place. So I hope that that didn't infringe upon any kind of usefulness that the video might have. What a weird sentence. I've just sometimes I say things, they come out of my mouth and I'm like, what is that? Anyway, have a lovely rest of your day.